What's up, guys and gals? How's it going, man? We have huge news today. I'm so stoked to talk about it. Welcome. This is the Gamestork, bringing you live news each and every day, weekday that is, at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. I keep forgetting where I am. I'm like, where am I at? Okay, and this is immediately followed at 9 p.m. by our playthrough of the Legend of Zelda series, which we're doing right now. Skyward Sword. It's great. So, for you guys who are here, yes, welcome. It's so exciting, so awesome. We got huge news. We're talking about Bloodborne possibly coming to PC. We're talking about Assassin's Creed not being too grindy. We're talking about System Shock 3 that could be back. The TurboGrafx-16 Mini. Nintendo Switch stock issues might be solved very soon. And the big story coming up very, very last is something that the president of Nintendo said and kind of confirmed that they were going big. And we're going to go right through that. Man, I'm super excited. Just remember to tune in here each and every weekday for your live news at 8 p.m. Also know that I did put a link in the comments. You'll see it there. That is the link to a video that's going to put you into contention for the $35 eShop gift card giveaway and our push to 4K. Let's grow this channel together. It's worth it. I put in a lot of time and effort, and guys, it's great to see each and every one of you comment and everything else. So, no, well, they didn't officially say it. You'll see. You'll see. I don't want to say it. I don't want to, but we'll see, okay? Hey, guys. Hey, Lost Dragon. Hey, Chariot Man Gaming. Daniel M. Welcome, everybody. This is what's up. So, without further ado, we're going to jump right in. Live news, nothing better. Woo! First story, we're talking about Bloodborne. Bloodborne is one of those games that I totally have, and I just have not finished it because it's incredibly difficult. It's so much fun and so amazing, while at the same time being one of the hardest things I've ever done ever. However, this game is so dark and so great and awesome to where it seems like it's a perfect fit for the PC. So it seems like there is a rumor, okay, that suggests that Bloodborne is in development for the PC. Now, at this point, it is a rumor. This leak suggests that it's coming in the near future, and along with other noteworthy PlayStation exclusive games. Now, this would go right along with what we've seen with Sony lately and what they're doing as they're pushing Horizon Zero Dawn over to the PC and other things. Xbox kind of took this stance some years ago where they were like, okay, let's just sell everything that we can, because what really matters is that we're selling our games. So they started putting other games out. We see Cuphead on the Nintendo Switch and a lot of other things everywhere, right? So now you can play everything on the PC. It would only make sense considering that they do allow you to play like PlayStation Now and stuff, which is well over 2 million members now on the PC. So you might as well be able to do that, right? So From Software's Lovecraftian successor to the Dark Souls series is a PlayStation 4 exclusive, this one, and it's coming to PC if this leak is to be believed. You know, I would love to dig in, talk about that leak and everything else, but as of right now, we'll just take the information with a grain of salt, and if it does reveal itself to be something more, we'll dig deeper and go from there. Also, I do want to say I am excited about Elden Ring. I did talk about some of that last night, and I was like hating on Obro for writing that instead of his book, but you know what? That's super cool. It's fine. It's okay. Let's move forward in the news here. So Assassin's Creed, one of the main things that I loved in Odyssey was the fact that you had to actually put forth effort to get stronger and beat the game once you were stronger. Now, this made sense to me, considering you're an assassin who's not just counting on weird inventions from other individuals, who's not just counting on standing in the center of a group of people and almost invincibly just doing counters, okay? But despite that, people have, I guess, kind of come out and complained about how grindy Odyssey was, because you had to grind for your armor and grind for this, and you couldn't necessarily get out and accomplish anything. No, I haven't yet, Sir Owns a Lot, but we're gonna get to it. We'll get there in a minute. So Assassin's Creed Valhalla, apparently, it's been confirmed by the director there that the upcoming game is not going to force players to grind for XP, which means the story-based stuff probably isn't going to be too fight-intensive. Maybe there's some mechanic that's going to get you through there. I don't know. You know, I don't really know. But what we do know is that it's going to be a great game. But I was really excited because I'm like, yes, everything that they did it's building on that. It's building. It's making it better. Now you get to make your own town or community. Now you get to build your village as you did in Dragon Age. Now you get to do all those things. Like, they're taking great mechanics, and I think that this is a step backwards. Because I'm one of those people, I like to be challenged in games enough and have to do enough work that when I beat a boss, I actually feel accomplished. Maybe set off a mode for people who want to play like that so it can hold their hand while they're playing. But allow the rest of us to grind, to find those parts, to go kill the dang alligators and make whatever armor we need or whatever else it is in the game so that we feel good about that armor and we're proud about that armor. I know when I got new stuff, I was really, really happy about it. So, let's see. Yes, the Lost Dragon shout out there. Yes, small gaming channel. I haven't actually looked at it, dude, but I certainly will. The Lost Dragon, YouTube, shout out. There you go. Okay, moving forward. Here we go. Gamescon. If you're waiting on this, it has officially kind of been announced here. The streaming-only showcase begins August the 27th. That seems like a long time from now, but this is like huge for us. Opening night live is the main draw. Like every other video game expo this year, Gamescom has had to either adapt to the pandemic or to bail, and then luckily for us, they adapted. That meant shifting from a physical gathering with way too many people to a worldwide all-digital event with world premieres, news, games, and events. And also means a slight date change. This year, the digital-only Gamescom 2020 will run from Thursday, August the 27th to Sunday, August the 30th, and it will obviously be digital only. For our purposes, the first date is the one worthy of jotting down. Now, this is when Jeff Keighley is returning to host the news-centric Gamescom opening night live show. Now, it's tough to keep this stuff straight year to year, but we've covered quite enough of this at this point to know. We'll kind of take it with a grain of salt, see what's happening. This sickness has affected everyone in such a way that we just totally have to accept the information on the fly. You know what I mean? What we do know is that there are big announcements coming here. This is something you definitely want to watch. And what they said about it is our digital concept is showing the way forward in the event landscape, and many of the innovations will become an integral part of Gamescom in the years to come. Now, this was the messaging director saying this in a press release. So I wonder how this is going to affect next year, to be honest. A lot, especially E3, they're probably going to be suffering very, very heavily because next year is going to be huge. Because guess what? It's going to work. A lot of people are losing their minds because, like Nintendo said, oh, we're not doing a direct. We can't plan it. But guess what? They're going to release or announce games just like out of the blue like they did Paper Mario. PlayStation is going to do the same stuff. We'll see all this going forward, and all of a sudden we're going to realize, wait, we don't need this one big gaming show. But they can do state of plays, and they can do showcases for Nintendo. They can do all these things, indie showcases, everything that they're doing. It works because we are very active online. The environment that gamers are in right now is, let's face it, 10, 15 years ago when you legit wanted information, you turned on your TV, you paid for cable to get that crap turned on because you could not stream this stuff online effectively, and you watched E3, you watched the coverage, you watched G4 or whatever it was at the time, and that's how you got your information. Now, we're in a society where you can Google anything you want, which is great. You can get all the information you want, and every single announcement will be right at your fingertips. So your computer knows if you love Nintendo, it knows if you love PlayStation, because that's what you watch and that's what you search, and it will put it in front of you, and that works for these companies. You get it? All right. So in any case, this is going to work out. These guys are probably in the future, I hope, because I'm an old-fashioned fella, I hope that they hold on to the idea that, a physical gathering is great, because I've yet to go to an E3. I want to go to an E3. A Gamescom would be great. Anything, really. I want to go see Nintendo's booths in person. I've seen pictures every year. I've dreamed about it. It's a dream of mine, and one day I'll go. But in the meantime, let's hope that, this digital stuff doesn't work too well. But I think it's going to work well enough that these companies are going to do great. Games are selling like hotcakes. Systems are I was in Walmart today, and literally every system was sold out. Every one of them. Between PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. Gone. Off the shelves. It's crazy. Like, all the TVs are gone, everything. So apparently, Big Papa stimulus came in, and gaming won. So, Oh, goodness. Okay. We got a comment here from Shondale Rivers. Okay, I also said the same thing. Are you serious? Because I also don't really want Nintendo Switch Pro to happen. Okay. Yeah, man. Like, Switch Pro, I honestly believe that it's coming. Like, I legit believe that this is a thing. I know that this is something that we can expect. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties, but we're going to keep going with our audio. So this is something that we can expect. It's something that's super great. And I know without a shadow of a doubt that it is there. It's might be the elephant in the room for us. It might be something like that. But it's there, and we should be ready to accept it when it does come. So, as everything goes that is live, which is one of those wonderful things in life, let's together wait on this to come up. Because, I don't... yeah, okay. Your next dump. All right, yeah. It's coming. Just a few more minutes. But, we got to get through the news. That's a big one. All right, so here we go. There are just a ton of things going on right now. We'll go ahead and talk about System Shock, and we'll pull that up as soon as we get back up. But System Shock is one of those games that is huge, man. It is like, it's really cool. It's a neat first-person shooter. And it was recently revealed that the giant mega conglomerate Tencent was kind of coming back together, that they were creating this thing, that it was happening finally, and we should be excited about that. That news is huge. It's a big deal. And yeah, I mean, there was even developers who left Kojima in order to do this, so it's really, really cool that this is a thing. And yeah, so there we go. I know for me, I'm extremely excited about this, the idea that this could be back. They have stirred some feathers online within the gaming community, as well as many who are worried for the game's development, because there was a recent debate over Valorant's invasive anti-cheat that was put out. And this, honestly, let's just be straightforward about it. This was like a huge deal because of microtransactions. I mean, this is one of those things to where, like, you do not want them, you absolutely do not want them to do what they're doing because they're pushing out microtransactions with this other company, right? In the meantime, though, you do want them to remake this great game, but you know that it might also be filled with those microtransactions. So what do you do? Like, what is winning at this point? So although no official statement has been made regarding any of this, really, and this revival, the Other Side Entertainment originally had the domains registered in their name, but they've honestly been keeping this quite secret. And it's one of those things, like, it's going to be really, really good when we see what happens here. So we're reconnecting through our cam. We're going to try a different cam to get this up. I don't know what happened, but we're moving forward together. All right. So this is one of those things, like, I'm really excited. I know you should be excited. And yeah, it's going to be awesome. So moving forward, TurboGrafx-16 Mini. Man, this thing is crazy. Man, oh my gosh. Like, it's super crazy, okay? For a few different reasons. All right, so I believe we're back, right? Yes, we're back. Look at that. Hey, so we had to try a different camera, go around, whatever. I don't know. Something crashed, and that's how it always goes live. But that's the beauty, because I can talk to you and do these things, and we'll deal with it. So anyway, Turbo 16 Mini is finally going to launch this month after the COVID-19 delay. Now, if you don't know about this, it's big. It's huge. It's coming March the 19th. It got delayed indefinitely in North America by Konami following the onset of COVID-19, this outbreak. Now, there's finally a release date set in North America, which is May the 22nd, and it's just a few days from now. This is coming right up, right? There's 57 English and Japanese titles, and these can all be yours very soon. Now, it does still, like, not have a release date in Europe, which is terrible, but decision makers are keeping a close eye on the situation. Now, the bad part about this, which I will share with you, and I want to look you in the face when I say this, right? This thing is coming out for $99.99, so I will not be purchasing. That is price gouging. If I've ever seen price gouging in a system like this, like, oh my God. This is price gouging, and until it drops its price, I'm not interested. However, as you can see running right here, like Ninja Spirit and a lot of these games, they're good. Like, they're good games. They hold up very well, and to be able to play this on something and not emulate them would be huge, right? Right? But the issue here is not so much that as it is the price. Because is it worth the $99 buy-in? I say no. I mean, you can almost get like an Xbox One for that price. So yeah, we don't want to do that. We don't want to pay that much. I want to give you the heads up. I would just wait. I would totally wait. And controllers are also $25. So might want to hold off just a little bit until it drops. And then it would totally be worth it. So moving forward, people, we're talking about Nintendo, but first, before we get to the big story, we're talking about Nintendo manufacturing. If you guys are out there, and I had this scare today because my 5-year-old son came to me and he's like, hey, my Switch Lite's not working, black screen. Luckily, I powered it off, got it fixed, all that good stuff. But I was freaking out because I'm like, these things cannot be found anywhere, right? I can't replace it. We can't get it repaired. No, like, what are we supposed to do? There's good news here. It looks like Switch manufacturing woes might be getting better during the summer. This COVID-19 outbreak has hit everybody. All these companies are there. This is huge. Many of the parts needed to produce Switch consoles have been reduced numbers since this and have been being created a lot less due to the lockdown measures. President Shuntaro Furukawa recently addressed the situation during a Q&A of the company's latest press briefing. There, Mr. Furukawa said that there were signs of gradual improvement and that the company is expecting the impact of COVID-19 on production, and this will subside to some degree by summer, and the volume will be able to produce throughout the year and align with our sales forecast for the next fiscal year. So what he's saying is it's coming. It's on its way. This stuff is going to be fixed. Obviously, the COVID-19 stuff is a huge deal. Yes. Daniel M. Yes, man. I'll have to look that up today. I did, honestly, like, I couldn't sleep after playing that bike game the other night. It was hilarious. I will play Zombie Army Trilogy for sure for you. So yeah, Switch is weathering the storm. They're still selling really well. They're 3 years into their life cycle, and I mean, we're over 55 million units, which is going to bring us into our next story, the big story, the Nintendo Switch Pro. Now, I'm going to give you a heads up here. These are the words from this Q&A. All right, we're going to go through the Q&A, and we're going to talk about what the president of Nintendo said himself, what that means for what we've seen with the parts that have been released, what that means for everything ahead. Now, this is one of those things. It's like you kind of saw the bag, okay? Imagine you're a kid on Christmas, and you saw the bag. You saw it in there. You know what your parents got you for Christmas, but they just keep telling you, you know what? No. Don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes. But you know it's in the bag. It's the right shape. It's the right weight. Everything, right? You've held the gift. You know what's up. So all the details around the Nintendo Switch Pro are there. The development, the new screens, everything has been leading us up to this. Everything has been leading us up to an area where they actually say, yes, this is here. Now, I will say, he doesn't outright say this, but he does say this without saying this. And we're going to look. This is according to NintendoEnthusiast.com, and this is actually going through that Q&A. We're looking at this. They say the Nintendo Switch is in the middle of its life cycle, and it's going to grow in new ways, right? Okay, so Nintendo, knowing their history, let's do this before we read in. Well, this isn't fake at all, Ambrosio Santos. It is not fake. It is real. It's the Q&A. It's not the fake, okay? Just stick with it. Hear me out. All right. So the Nintendo Switch has just, let's be honest, it's become the gaming darling. You want to play everything here. It managed to pull off everything it advertised. If you want to be Karen on the roof, you can do it. If you want to go to your friend's house and just like, I see kids at high school and they're just playing this thing in courtyards. They're playing it everywhere. They're playing it in restaurants. You name it. They have delivered on the promise of gaming on the go. And the only way that they have to grow maybe is some functionality, but it's in power. They've already accomplished this. So looking at all the things that they have, the job listings that they've had, the guys that they brought in to work on Metroid Prime 4, knowing who they've brought in, which I don't even think I've talked about that. I need to do my own video about that so that you guys can see. There's some big stuff coming, and it's stuff that's going to be on a powerful platform that can show good stuff. So looking at this during this Q&A, the hybrid console sold more on the Wii U. GameCube and N64, and it's not incredibly far from topping the SNES and NES, and especially the Wii. And we got to ask ourselves and ask them, which was asked in the comments there on the Q&A and this business call, how are they going to push this further? During the recent Q&A session of Nintendo's latest investor briefing, President Furukawa mentioned that the Switch, this is his quotes exactly, has just entered the middle of its life cycle. That's our first point. So for everyone who's saying, you know what, this thing, it's done. They might as well just wait a year and make a new console. That's not going to happen. He's saying it's at the beginning of the middle, and there's something more to come. Let's keep going. With that being the case, Nintendo is apparently planning to, and this is his quote again, aim for growth that is unlike the life cycle of any other hardware to date. So they're telling us here immediately, okay, that they're aiming for something they have not aimed for yet. They've got the casual audience. They're appealing to a lot of people, and he's literally saying, we are about to release something you have not seen from us. We're going for growth that you have not seen yet. We've seen it. I showed you in a video not too long ago. I can put that in once this processes, I can put it right here, where they have patented a dock that is more powerful, or that has some functionality, or some RAM unit that's going to give this more power. There are a lot of things that are happening. He's literally telling us this is unlike the life cycle of any other hardware to date. We're going to power this thing up. While Mr. Furukawa did not elaborate on exactly what this statement means, he could potentially be referring to the Switch family of consoles having hybrid capabilities. The Switch is still basically in a class of its own in this regard, though Nintendo recently made the system's identity just a smidge more perplexing when it introduced the handheld-only Switch Lite last year. Either way, the Switch is a unique platform that must be treated as such, and Nintendo knows this. However, they love surprise. They did say, though, they intend to continue our work to broaden the Nintendo Switch install base. Everything points to this. So if we literally lay all this out, and I will do a video laying out every bit of this in the near future, okay? All the things. We have parts that have been confirmed. We have better screens that have been confirmed. We have different development companies and factories that have been confirmed who have said these are the upgraded parts. We have chips that have been confirmed. They're going to be upgraded chips from what we have now. Everything is looking to be more powerful. We have patents that have come out. We have hints that have dual screen functionality. While this might not be the absolute top thing that is coming out with the Nintendo Switch Pro, what we do know is that that is probably going to come too. There is a console-only mode on that 10.0.0 update, which could indicate that the two power RAM chips, or whatever they use in there, okay, could work together to push this generation's software in that hardware. Like, it could work together. So maybe this is an upgraded dock. I don't know. What we do know is we do have this confirmed, okay? First of all, they did say earlier, a few months ago, that they were working on something else, although it would not happen this year, right? That's what they told us. And now we know probably why was manufacturing, and maybe they wanted to push this back based off of our, the PS5 and the Xbox coming out. They're going to battle that with the system they have, and Breath of the Wild 2, or some other big hitter like that. However, the Switch came out in March, which means we could expect this to hit at the beginning of the next fiscal year. Nintendo, they love to surprise us like this, and they did the same thing with the Switch, and they'd be like, oh, we got this new Switch coming. So here's what we know, and they did that 3 months out, by the way. They were like, oh, new console, 3 months, here we go. And now the other guys are trying to follow in their footsteps. What we do know is this. Let's go through it one more time, what he said. It's entered the middle of its life cycle, okay? So he's saying this is not done. It's not over. The new thing we told you a few months ago that we had, that we're working on, it's a reiteration. It's not a new console. It's not just a new, like, Nintendo Switch blah blah, or a Nintendo blah blah. It's not something new. It is a reiteration of the Nintendo Switch. It's an upgrade. How can they upgrade this? They've already given you the family-friendly, smaller option. They're going to go bigger. They're going to go stronger. And they're going to go better. He literally says that they are planning to aim for growth that is unlike the life cycle of any other hardware to date. They want power. They want functionality. They want everything. I would love the dock too. Like, I legit would. This is happening. It's coming. And they all but have told us this. Like, this is like the adult coming around Christmas, and I've done this, and my kids are like, wouldn't it be great if Santa left you a PS5? Knowing that thing's like, it's there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's in the room. And so what they're doing is they're just kind of feeding us out some seeds, making us nibble at them a little bit. They're going to give us some hardcore hardware. And I now believe the power because of the artists that are coming to work on Metroid Prime 4. And, dude, you're not going to bring in people like that make next-gen games like that make games look like that, to work on a hardware that can only run 720p or 990, whatever. That, like, you're not going to do that. So Nintendo's got big stuff on the horizon. It's coming. They've all but told us. And this Q&A with the investors has pretty much told us those two pieces of information. It's only the middle of the life cycle. Big things are coming. And as a matter of fact, we have plans so big, it's going to be unlike anything you've seen for any console. That's what he said. So we know that it's coming. And it's coming hard and fast, okay? So anyway, guys, let's move forward real quick. We're going to go into our featured comment. We've got some really good live comments today. If you want your comment featured, just be sure to give me something to go on. Today's is pretty simple. So stoked for Paper Mario and Ghost of Tsushima. And yeah, it's me too. I mean, what can I say? To answer our comments right here, Daniel M says, do you think they are pushing Prime 4 onto a Switch Pro? Yes. I don't think they originally planned on this, but after they gave it to Retro's like slowly moving into development, and they're the kind of studio who is going to put love into this thing and really do it the way they want to do it. Now, Nintendo had Bandai Namco and some other people working on it before, and they had that company come and present them the product. And then it was so bad, they canceled production. Like, that's literally what happened. That's not, that's not doing pillow talk with this. I mean, like, that's what happened. Nintendo was like, this is not what we want. This is a AAA game. People have been begging for it. So they gave it to a trusted studio in Retro. Retro's hiring guys that literally have made some of the most beautiful next-generation games on the PS4 and the Xbox. And they're not going to come in and do cartoony games. I'm sorry, they're just not. So this console is going to come out, and it's probably going to launch. I mean, you never know. But this might be a holiday season game within the next, like, maybe 2022 on the Switch Pro. But what we do know is it's going to be on more powerful hardware, because you don't bring guys in like that to not work on something that looks that beautiful. Unreal 5 also makes it possible to extend the current Switch and improve the games. Until a real Switch 2 comes out, 2 would still have a Pro dock in the meantime. And that could happen. They might release a whole new console that's more powerful and just release the dock as kind of a thing for people who've already bought in so that they can upgrade their own Switch. I don't know. I can't wait to see, though. It's going to be, like, super awesome. I think this will be the first time Retro hasn't released a game for an entire console run. Yeah, they were working on something, and I honestly believe that it was the racer, the Star Fox racer that leaked. For some reason, I believe that. I hope it's done, and we see that this year, but they might have just been like, hey, put that on hold, get this done. You never know. So anyway, guys, let's move forward. There is something I want to show you. There's a game coming out in the next few days, and this game is called The Persistence. It's coming to the Nintendo Switch. I want to show you a preview real quick. Then we'll talk about it and wrap this thing up. So, let's jump right in. I don't know. I don't even want to ruin it. It's cool. If you like horror games, you're going to like this. Let's check it out.
Rated M for mature.
Did something happen? This body feels like it was just printed.
There was a spark gap event on the last singularity jump. Rictus, of course.
A black hole!
We have to repair the ship and jump away. And we don't have much time. The clone printer here still works. It's printing bodies. But they aren't human. It's just you and me, I'm afraid.
So that's listed for May the 21st. Man, that game looks like legit. It looks really good. It's one of those to where it's like this brutal take on survival horror. It's procedurally generated, which is like interesting to me because it doesn't look like it is, but that's cool. So it's like a labyrinth-like experience, adds to your attention. You don't know where you're going. It looks really atmospheric, looks great, and there's like a 10% discount if you pre-order, so it looks really cool. From Michelle Tackett, yes, Retro's been working on projects since 2017. Patience, yes, they really have, but whatever they're working, they either split their team to continue working on that and work on Metroid, or they put that on hold and put all their teams on Metroid Prime 4. I don't really know. I think it's interesting though that they are like the pros of putting together the cartoony style games, right? But they hired the guys to come in to make everything look real and look good, and that's the big deal. Like that. Yes, yes, Daniel M. I want it now too. Right now, right this second, please. I want all three of the new consoles now. I'm like Xbox, PlayStation. Just give them to me. So I was even thinking, I was like, man, I'm gonna do these great unboxing videos. I'm gonna do all this, and I'm like, but do I want to? That's gonna take time, and I could be playing those. So that's legit where I'm at, man. Like, I'm gonna play this stuff so bad, and I'm looking forward to this in particular because the Nintendo Switch Pro or Super Switch or whatever. I hope it's called Super Switch. That would be great. It's going to be awesome. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it. Thanks so much for watching. If you're not subbed to the channel, be sure to sub below. Hit that bell so that you can see every time I go live. Spread the news. Be sure to hit that link to get the information on how to enter the contest to get that $35 eShop gift card as we push to 4K. This is a channel I love. I care about it, and I care about you, so let's grow together. You guys are awesome. Real quick, do you think a firmware update could make it so that the Nintendo Switch Lite can be used as a secondary screen, yes, while playing an original Switch docked? I think that would be most cost effective, but the problem is you'd have to have two switches. Like, there's already firmware in there that allows them to communicate with each other, and we see stuff like that in Mario Party, to where you can literally put the screens together and make one course. So we know that they can do that. Like, it's in there, it's built in. But the question is, like, my house, yeah, man, I'll just like steal a Switch Lite from one of my kids and, you know, knock it out. But yeah, so Switch has actually got me back into gaming. I gradually got away from it as I started a family with OTS portability. Yeah, man, Daniel, it's perfect, dude. I'm the same way. I have 3 kids and, you know, a full-time job, and those kids love television, and they don't always like to watch me play these games, especially mature games or anything like that, right? So I can just undock this, sit on the couch, play, and I'm still there with my family, and there's a lot of games. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. You're amazing. You're awesome. Be sure to join me right back here at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Spread the word because, hey, word of mouth, that's the best way to grow together. I am going to be looking for some people, and I'll probably start featuring some of you guys who really love to get in here and talk on some of my chats because I want to do like a once-a-week weekend chat. So if you're interested in that, hit me up. I'll put a email in the description below. You can email me at, and I would love that. So anyways, again, I love you. It's great. It's awesome. It's been fun. Let's look forward to that Nintendo Switch together and grow right here at GameStork. This has been a delivery, and we'll see you all next time, guys. Oh, join me at 9. Let's continue talking about this during the stream for Skyward Sword. We'll see you then.
Gamestork, delivering news, reviews, and playthroughs like a newborn baby.